What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here at the House of Masks, where we unbox and review cool stuff almost every single day. And in today's video, we are continuing update week with the Gwar collection update. Now, as you guys know, 2020 has been the year of Gwar scores for the House of Masks. I have been I don't want to say lucky, because I feel like I really was persistent and did some hard work to make these scores happen. And I definitely paid some money for these. So I'm going to say that I've been I don't really know what the word is. I just spent way too long thinking about a word just to not come up with anything. We'll just call it luck. I've been lucky. This stuff fell into my lap. So yeah, it's been quite a while since we've done a Gwar collection update. I believe that I still had everything in my old bedroom during the last Gwar update video, so I figured now would be a great time to go ahead and knock one of these out. It is update week after all, so we're gonna do just that. But first, this video is brought to you by the Ridge Wallet. Yeah, our good old friends reached out again. Turns out they like working with AJ Good. And yes, I'm still using the wallet that they sent me for the last set of promotions. These things really are rad. It really was a game changer. I'm not going to give you guys the script that they told me to read. I really enjoy using these wallets. It's great to know that your wallet is in your back pocket, but not be rudely reminded of that every time you sit down. These things are light, sleek, and industrial, and it doesn't awkwardly bulge or fold in your pocket. And apparently a lot of you people like to put your wallets in your front pockets, which is the weirdest fucking thing I've ever heard of. But with the Ridge wallet, it's easy. Most people, like myself, until the Ridge came into my life, we're still using old 90s style wallets. And trust me when I say that you end up carrying a lot of extra stuff with those stupid wallets. Receipts, old gift cards, photos of your ex-girlfriend, it's all just an unorganized mess. With the Ridge wallet, you've got everything that you need. This thing holds up to 12 cards plus cash. And as you can see, I don't have any, so why don't you guys go over and buy some of this new real cool merch, or maybe sign up for Patreon. Plus there's over 30 colors and styles to choose from, including carbon fiber. And if that wasn't enough to win you over, maybe these two facts about the Ridge wallet will. They've got over 45,000 5-star reviews, and that's at least 40,000 5-star reviews. And they give you a 45-day trial run. That's 45 days to test this thing out. You don't like it, you send it back, you get your money back. There's really no losing with the Ridge wallet. So Ridge is actually giving you guys, my viewers, a 10% off code with free worldwide shipping and returns. Just go to ridge.com/masks and use the code MASKS, and you're all set. The link is down in the description. Check them out. Ridge has been awesome to deal with. I'm very, very thankful that they came into the House of Masks life. And with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get on into this update. Alright, welcome to the Gwar collection here in the mask room at the House of Masks. Now with this update, I'll be able to go in a little more depth than I did with the Slipknot update because there are fewer pieces here, but almost all of these pieces are pretty special. And by that I mean literally everything here except for these 3 masks are stage used. But that's okay because these 2 are from the real molds. So we will start down there at the Sleazy side and we will work our way down. I will explain to you guys what each piece is, and then towards the end I will explain to you guys what is to come. As you can see, there is far more shelving here than what has been taken up, but I still have a lot of stuff to add to it. So it is by no means finished. I've always got new stuff to add, and I definitely have some old stuff to add. So let's head down here and start. Alright, so we're going to start down here in this little Sleazy corner. Obviously all of the Sleazy stuff I had just kind of accumulated in this corner, and I think that it looks really nice. We will start with one of my all-time favorite pieces. This is Sleazy's latest Sleazy Blaster. So this was used between 2008 and 2019. I was actually able to talk Sleazy into selling this to me. I only wanted to purchase a Sleazy Blaster replica from his mold, but it was his idea to go ahead and just sell me the real one.
AJ Good, sell me Sleazy Blaster. Okay, AJ, you got it, baby. I got a mold for that. I'll tell you what, I'll sell you the stage and television version and make myself a new one and keep the new one. And that way you got a stage-used one and you can stroke off to all your friends with. And I get a new gun. You're paying for it. So win-win. Hey, AJ? But I want a lot of hype on your channel. You're a fucking influencer. He's an influencer. 88,000 fucking subscribers. Fuck that guy. I hate him. I'm jealous.
And then when he sent it to me, he actually signed it like this. I had no idea that was going to be the case, but I'm super, super stoked about that. Normally, I don't like stuff signed or personalized, but that was just way too cool. and it melted my little Gwar heart. Then up here, I continued doing business with Sleazy. I got one of his 90s jackets. This is stage used. I think that this was worn in 94, but it could have been used anywhere between 92 and 95. Definitely one of the weirder jackets that he used. And if you get right up on it, you can see all of this weird crinkly detail. There's all sorts of colors going on in that shimmer, so that's super cool. And then we also have a stage used Mojo. Now, I'm not sure who this came from, but I thought that it looked cool with this jacket, so I went ahead and put that on there. This was just a random eBay score, nothing too crazy. And then we move right on into some more of my favorite pieces, which are 2 stage used sets of Sleazy hair. This is the OG hair. This is the Scumdog's hair. This is definitely one of the oldest, coolest, rarest pieces in my collection. And right next to that, we have Sleazy's latest stage used hair. This was also used between 2008 and 2017, I believe. I bought this secondhand. I did not get this from Sleazy. This piece is super special, not only because this was the Sleazy hair that I always saw growing up when I was going to Gwar shows, but also because it was my second stage used score. So this one definitely has a special place in the collection, special place in my heart. Sleazy is one of my all-time favorite members, so I think this is super rad, and I'm very proud of my little Sleazy corner here. This brings us down to the Jizmax, all 3 of which are stage used, and I have most of the stuff of his that's out there. I think there is a Scumdog's chest plate that I don't own, but other than that, I think I have pretty much all of the stage used Jizmax stuff. Start here with the stage used 90s Jizmax, both the chest plate, shoulder pads, and the mask. We move here to my first ever stage used Gwar score, which is the Violence Has Arrived Jizmax chest plate and mask. And then we move down to the War Party chest plate, belt, which was used on multiple things, and mask. So I absolutely love my Jizmax stuff. There is some other pieces that I've stored down below. These are Jizmax's latest stage used feet. He actually sold these to me earlier this year. Then we've got Jizmax 90s through War Party stage used feet. So those have been used forever. And then the same case with these wristbands. These were used between the 90s and 2004. So those are super, super rad. Definitely some of my favorite pieces. Again, Jizmax is one of my all-time favorite characters, and I absolutely love his design. And he's a drummer, and I'm a drummer, so these just mean the world to me. Love my stage used 90s piece. This thing is absolutely rad. Aesthetically, one of my all-time favorite pieces, and then it's just awesome to have something from the War Party era, which is my all-time favorite Gwar album. We've got some other little pieces in here. I've just got some stage used picks. I put a Liquid Death in there since Liquid Death has been doing stuff with Gwar. Got a COA for this piece, and then we have a stage used Nazi head. This is a stage used decap head that was used between, I don't know, 2008 and 2017 when they auctioned it off. So that's super, super rad to have. I love the Nazi skinhead decaps, so that's a fun piece to have. Here we have a drum head that was used to record the Blood of Gods record. Here we have a stage used Mitt Romney decap head. This was my first decap head in the collection. And then we move on to a super special piece. This is the Sexecutioner's original mask. So this thing is 30 plus years old. It was in terrible shape when I got it, but I managed to reshape it and kind of salvage it and put it back together when I got it. His little beard wasn't attached. He looked like a ball of turds, but now we finally got him looking at least semi-recognizable. And honestly, as a restoration piece, I was pretty nervous with how that was going to go, but I'm definitely happy with how that one turned out. And that leads us to a stage-used 90s impersonator Sexecutioner. As you can tell, this thing looks a little weird, and that's because this was made and worn by someone that wasn't Chuck. This is the first and only stage-used Sexecutioner piece that wasn't used by Chuck Varga. So it wasn't really the Sexecutioner wearing this. It's a very weird thing. A few different people have a few different things to say about it, but they all say that it is stage used, so that is pretty rad. That moves us down to this real Sexecutioner mask. This is not stage used, but this was made by Chuck Varga in the real mold. You guys can see Chuck wearing basically this mask in the latest Scumdogs reunion show. Everything on there lines right up with that. Here we've got a stage-used / real deal set of odorous gauntlets. I was gifted these back in probably 2013 by somebody who was apprenticing at the slave pit. I found these hands at a thrift store and just thought that they looked odorous enough to put them with this display. And the mask itself isn't real either. This is one of those old slave pit official releases. They were trying to do some sort of like mass-produced Halloween masks, and this is what came to be from that. And that leads us to our very last piece, and that is my latest acquirement, and that is my Ballsack, the Jaws of Death War Party Jaws. And I'm absolutely over the moon about these still to this day. I got these last week sometime, and I just haven't really stopped looking at him.
Look at this, look at that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, look at this.
Definitely my all-time favorite Gwar piece in terms of aesthetics. I absolutely love Ballsack the Jaws of Death's creature design, and to have the best jaws, at least in my opinion, from my favorite album just means the world to me. These were the first War Party jaws produced by the Slave Pit for resale, so like I commissioned them to do this. I have the first and only set as of right now. I am sure that someone else out there is going to get a set eventually. Could be tomorrow, could be never, but for right now I'm basking in the glory that is these jaws. So then everything else is kind of common knowledge. I mean, we got the creature boards here. I haven't got the Blood of Gods board set up yet, but I am waiting on the other board from Creature, and I have another Gwar skateboard that's going to go right here, so we'll have two more, and then we'll have the Blood of Gods one above that. We've just got some random stuff up here, a couple stage used sticks, some different autographs and photos of me with the band, some ticket stubs, stuff like that. And then down here, I've started filling these shelves with different memorabilia. I don't have my magazines out yet, I don't have my cassette tapes out yet, but eventually all of these are going to be full of Gwar merch, and I think that that's going to make a very cool design. You won't just see the underneath of a shelf and a wall. You're going to see everything in here that I don't have out yet and everything that I am yet to acquire. So yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up for the Gwar set. So like I said, there is the Gwar set as of right now. Now keep in mind, things are constantly coming in. I definitely have been focusing more on Gwar in the last couple years. Not to say that I'm not still focused on everything else, like the Slipknot stuff, the Buckethead stuff, the Meyer stuff, just as much as I was, but I have had the opportunity to purchase and acquire some really, really cool stuff lately. And a lot of this is like once in a lifetime items. If I don't buy it then, I may never have the chance to own it again. So I try to jump on the Gwar stuff when it comes, and that is why I've gone so crazy lately. So with all of that being said, there's your Gwar update. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. The only thing left to do is leave you guys with some nice theatrical shots of the collection, and that will be that. So thank you guys very much for watching, and until next time, this has been AJ Good at the House of Masks telling you to say no to drugs and alcohol, and yes to Gwar, and we'll see you guys later.
Need to put a mask on, I hate AJ girls don't wanna ask for. It's me fucking poppin' wheelies, driving like the NASCAR. Mask on, mask on, mask on, mask on. You might see him off in traffic, he be moving around. I hate AJ good, tagging